Hi everyone, welcome to SAMA episode 159. SAMA is a program which normally invites an expert of a certain field to come in and talk about their area of expertise. But today we have a presentation. We're going to showcase 3 new products that we have been developing over the last forever. Sometimes these things do take time, but we've now completed and they're ready for release. 2 exciting new products, but all 3 exciting new products. All of them are based on the healing power of light. Okay, new products launch, episode 158 of SAMA with me. Sorry about that. Now, welcome to the MiraMate 2021 spring product launch. Now, we are releasing 3 new devices. They're pictured at the bottom. When you see the picture, it looks like they're all the same size, but I'm just going to show you just how wrong that is. We make one of them much smaller so it fits at the bottom. Okay, now the 3 products we are releasing is the Prostate Pack, Cold Laser Wrist, and Cold Laser Wrist X. Now, all of those products are light-based. They use LEDs and or lasers to deliver health-giving photons to your body. Okay, onwards and upwards. The Prostate Pack. This is a real godsend for guys. Now, this is a subject that guys really do not want to discuss, especially at parties. The prostate health. In the bar, you'll never get a group of guys talking about the prostate. But the plain fact of the matter is, once you hit 50, most people start having problems with their prostate. These problems include reduced speed in urination, having to urinate frequently, particularly noticeable at night time because you've got to wake up, go toilet, come back. So your sleep suffers. When you get tired, other health concerns start arising. So there's that. There's also burning sensation. There are more issues, but generally most people as they age, most men as they age will start to some degree having a prostate problem. Now, the Prostate Pack is a treatment device which uses clinic-level LED technology. By this we mean the unit was based exactly on clinical studies. Every single specification of LED within this unit is exactly, and the positioning, which is important as we'll cover later on, is exactly the same as the study. Okay, now there have been several groundbreaking trials which found that powerful LEDs, if controlled correctly, can substantially improve the condition of the prostate. Now, there's another thing that an unhealthy prostate can cause. There's another problem, and that is a personal thing. It can affect your personal life. If the man's had in a marriage, we'll put it this way: in a marriage, it's not so conducive to happiness after hours. Clinical trials. Okay, now I'll go back to that because what I'll do, I'll show you a clinical trial that was taking place. There was 230 men who participated in this trial. This study was done in a hospital. Since 1992, this hospital used acupuncture irradiation with red light therapy in total for 230 people. They say the results were good, and the report is as follows. This document is a translation from Chinese text, so it is not readily available. If you do a Google, you won't find it. But I really must find the original. I've got to ask for the original again from the hospital. Okay, well, 230 people, men, aged between 50 and 80, took part in this experiment, if you like. The shortest time for the treatment was 1 year, and the longest was 10 years. So we're not talking like a one-time treatment or a treatment for a week. It's like a continuous thing. Okay, now all patients had excessive nocturia. That is the need to wake up in the night and go to the toilet multiple times. An inability to urinate immediately when wanting to. Slow flow, and they had other conditions that were typical of prostate problems. They were diagnosed as having a prostatic hypertrophy, that's a swelling of the prostate gland, by digital rectal examination. That is putting your finger, the doctor placing your finger where they shouldn't place their finger, and also through ultrasound examination. Okay, the device was positioned correctly, and what's important is there's a single very, very powerful LED which must shine in a particular location. It's an acupoint location. It's important to have it very powerful so it delivers the necessary energy. Okay, the treatment time was 30 minutes once a day, and the course of treatment was a 10-day treatment. But after the 10 days, they'd repeat again. It's the way that the translation makes it sound funny, but they couldn't have written, they just continued it at all times. Okay. Now, irradiation for 1 to 2 courses. So that will be 10 to 20 days. Complete recovery means the symptoms disappear and the prostate size is normal when on digital rectal examination. They defined markedly effective as the symptoms being significantly improved and a reduced prostate size. Effective they defined as reduced symptoms, but the prostate size remained unchanged. Now the results from the 230 patients were 49 cases completely recovered, which means their prostate shrank down to normal size and they had no more symptoms. 141 cases were markedly effective, which means markedly reduced symptoms, and the prostate size was reduced. 40 cases were effective with reduced symptoms, but the prostate kept the same size, which means that the total effective rate was 100%. It's very interesting indeed. There's another document I want to show you. There's a clinic in 2006. 30 patients were treated with LED prostate treatment with an LED prostate treatment instrument, and significant results were achieved. Now, we have been working with researchers to help, so this is one reason why it's been taking so long. Now, 30 people with prostatic hyperplasia, swollen prostate with the associated conditions, came to this clinic. They were aged 46 to 79. And being a technical journal, they go into the the exact ages and ranges and things, but the clinical manifestations of their prostate issues were waiting for urine flow, urgent urination, frequent urination, and their frequent nocturia, which is the dreadful one of having to wake up, go toilet, come back and try and go to sleep again. Incomplete urination, having to try really hard to go toilet, and dysuria. And there's two cases, two of the men had a dull pain and a burning discomfort. They're talking about the drugs that they used before the trial. These drugs are mostly Chinese drugs. Usually drugs which are prescribed here in China are derived from herbs. But it's the proportion between those kind of drugs and Western drugs is getting less and less as time goes by, which is a shame. Now, among them, 14 cases showed no significant improvement in symptoms and signs after treatment. Now, this is after treatment of the drugs, not from the LED device. In two cases, two people had tried acupuncture, radionuclide radiation, and electrostatic field treatment, and they too showed no improvement. 5 of the people had hypertension, 10 had coronary heart disease. We had people with diabetes, lack of nitrification, and all sorts of issues, fatty liver. So these people weren't models of health, okay? They did have other health issues. They had tried drugs, they had tried different treatments, and none of them showed any improvement whatsoever. They talk in the method about the light source that was used, 52 millimeter diameter single LED source, and a LED blanket type device, which I'll be showing soon. It looks a bit like the Star Wars device. In fact, you keep it away from children for that reason. And it's showing where they explained where they placed the small light source and the larger light source, and fast forwarding to the result. Okay. In the 30 patients, 17 cases were markedly effective. 11 were effective. 2 cases were ineffective. And the total effective rate of the treatment was 93.3%. They also did a questionnaire where the participants were asked about their quality of life, and that increased markedly, as you can see here. But there were still 2 people that were ineffective, and it's interesting to note that the 2 people where it was ineffective were both over 65. Because the participants also had other underlying health issues, it could well be that it was due to those, particularly looking at the age of 65. Because as one gets older, you tend to pick up other health problems and carry them. Okay, so that's the other course, the other article I wanted to show you. Okay, back to my PowerPoint. So slide, play from current slide. So those were the clinical trials I wanted to show you. Field of application. These are the things that it can treat directly. That's what it was used for in the studies. So yeah, arthritis. So it can also be used for women. as well as men, but generally it's a treatment device for the prostate. Working theory. Now, the prostate pack has two different types of LEDs. It's got blue and it's got red. The blue, this is an oversimplification, of course, but the blue LEDs sterilize. They activate endogenous porphyrins in the cells, transferring energy with oxygen molecules. Now, oxygen is not a friend to microbes, viruses, or bacteria, so it creates a cytotoxic single oxygen and reactive oxygen molecule, including hydroxyl free radicals, which lead to effective sterilization. It's like it's similar to like an ozone, which has a similar thing. Through oxygen, free oxygen molecules, kills the microscopic bacteria, viruses, fungi, everything it comes in touch with. Many of you would have heard perhaps of ozone therapy. You may have heard of people whose lives were saved because they had ozone applied intravenously. Of course, you can also bubble it through oil or through water and drink that. Okay, the red LED therapy. The red LEDs reduce the inflammation. We use red LEDs in many of our other products, including the two which I'll be showcasing a little bit later on. Your human cells absorb the energy which is being sent from the LED light, and it wakes up the cells. It stimulates the activity of the mitochondrial catalase, superoxide dismutase, and other enzymes. And while this is all happening, the cell metabolism is significantly increased. The blood circulation improves, and the white blood cells, they don't congregate together. They spread out more, and this helps. It increases their surface area. It helps them target pathogens that are in your body. It also relieves inflammation, swelling, and pain. And this is one of the cool bits. Now, LED and Chinese acupuncture. Now, what they found is that it isn't just the light that does the healing. It's very important to place the light where it is most beneficial. And they found that it is the acupoints, the guanyan, pardon me, acupoint, huiyin acupoint, and there's acupoints on the back, which is the henshu, mingmen, and other core acupoints. Now, the guanyan acupoint is clinically used for urinary and reproductive system disorders. And the huiyin acupoint is uniquely effective in regulating reproductive functions. Both of these are targeted by the prostate pack. Main structure. Okay, that's what it looks like on the page. Yeah, it's not a small unit. It looks small, but I'll show you what it looks like just in a short while. Specifications. Okay, well the red light is the regular 630 nanometers. It's a little bit lower in wavelength to regular red light. The blue light is 465 nanometers. Now it comes with an LED cannon, and if that sounds impressive, that's because it is impressive. It's a powerful, powerful, powerful LED light source. Okay, and what do you get? You get the main unit. You don't get any lunch or cookies. Sorry about that. Multiple LED strap, the cannon, power adapter, and a user manual. Instructions. Okay, You place the prostate pack flat on a desk before use. That allows you to plug everything in easily and not get too tangled up. It's got a few wires. Then you plug in the unit to your household power supply, press the power button. You will hear a beep and the display will light up, showing the default treatment time and the default treatment power level. It's actually quite intuitive to use. We've made it so as many people can use it. If you can use a device without looking at the manual, then it's a good kind of device. And I think this is one such device. If you just press the time button, you can change the time, the duration of your course. You can go up to 1 hour. You push the power button to adjust the power level. There's 3 different power levels to choose from, and the power level is displayed on the screen. You can also choose the light that is being used, either red or blue. There is an auto mode which starts off with one and then changes to the other after 5 minutes. After you have chosen your treatment time and power level, just turn you press the on-off button quickly and your treatment starts. If you want to change the parameters of your treatment, just pause it by pressing the on-off button and then do your changes and then restart again. After the treatment has completed, you'll hear another beep and the display will return back to the original display. You then just press the power button to turn the prostate pack off, unplug, and that's it. In smart mode, this is where you just want to have things nice and easy. Life's too short for complications. You just turn it on and then push the on off. For 5 minutes, blue light will run, and then after that, the red light will run. And after 35 minutes, it will turn off. I think this is the system this is the mode that most people would use. Cautions and warranty. Please don't look at the light directly. It's very powerful light, and it may cause damage to your retina within your eye. If you feel any hot sensation or discomfort during treatment, give yourself a break. You probably earned it. Some people's skin is sensitive, and so maybe your skin will take some time to become accustomed. Of course, you've got the low power level to use if you do experience discomfort in high power modes. Don't use it improperly. And keep out of reach of children. Don't give it to children because it really looks like a toy, it looks fun. And for your safety, don't crush or hit a prostate pack during use. Don't pull it apart. Don't blow it up. And this is a regular warning that we give for all our devices. If you have a pacemaker, it is always best to seek the advice of a trained medical professional. There's a lot at stake with pacemakers. You don't want to disturb their function. So just check to make sure that it is safe to use in your situation. LED light treatments are very, very safe for people that have a pacemaker, but always proceed with caution and seek that advice. Some people may experience dry eyes, rapid pulse, or dizziness during treatment. If you do experience these symptoms, just drink more water, and it helps flush any toxins that may have been released in your body. And if your symptoms persist, stop the treatment and take a break. I've mentioned about seeking the advice of a trained medical professional. there's a vent. Because the unit's powerful, there is a vent, and just keep the vent clear so it can let the heat out. It doesn't get too hot. Now, when you're using blue light mode, make sure the treatment times do not exceed 5 minutes. The blue light is very, very powerful. So, yeah, make sure that it doesn't exceed the 5 minutes. And if you are photosensitive, you are diagnosed with cancer, or have a cerebral hemorrhage, it's really best not to use prostate pack. There is a study which I'll show you now. I think now's a good time, which discusses LED light treatments for a particular cancer cell line. So I'll briefly quit out of there and go to the study. Now, LED light was used to irradiate, which is a real fancy word, to light up human liver cancer cells. They applied the light for different durations because they wanted to know whether LED light inhibited, which means slowed down the rate of growth, or whether it increased the rate of growth. As you know now, because I've just told you, LED light provides energy to your cells, so your cells can heal and rejuvenate faster. But if you're doing this to cancer cells, you don't want cancer cells to proliferate because they too will have more energy. So this study was done to find out whether LED light was good for cancer or bad for cancer. What they found was this. If you applied the LED light for less than 18 minutes, it will promote the rate of growth of the cancer cells. If you apply for more than 35 minutes, the light will inhibit the growth of tumor cells. So if you only apply the light for a short amount of time, it's bad. If you apply the light for a long time, it's good. Because you can't guarantee that the cancer, which may be just beneath the site which you're irradiating, does not have the full benefit of the light, because the tumor may be beneath the skin and the skin will be absorbing most of the light. It may be more than 35 minutes you need to inhibit the growth of those tumor cells. So it really is not safe to apply LED light to cancer cells. Okay, let's get back to our PowerPoint. Okay, to clean, just use a bit of water. Maybe you can add some alcohol into the water or a bit of disinfectant. Now, because Prostate Pack is designed to treat areas which aren't necessarily 100% clean at all times, the trials that were taking place wrapped some plastic food wrap, the clear plastic food wrap, around the laser devices before being placed right next to the person being treated. So it was one layer of plastic wrap. I believe it's called Sarin, or there's other brand names, but I think Sarin is a large manufacturer of this wrap. Very thin, very transparent. You place one layer over the laser unit and then you place it up against the skin. And that way, after treatment, you just have to remove the plastic and the device is still 100% clean. So this is what we recommend. In those trials which I talked about at the beginning of this presentation, plastic was used over the lasers, over the LEDs. But if the units do need cleaning, you can use the water, a damp cloth with a bit of alcohol perhaps, or disinfectant. Don't use any strong solvents to clean the unit. Be particularly careful cleaning in the LED area because of the risk of water ingress or entry into the device. Store prostate pack in a dry place. Try and avoid exposing it to high temperatures or direct sunlight. And the multiple LED straps should be kept in a clean and dry place and avoid excessive bending. I think that's a bit paranoid, but I'll show you the unit right after this warranty. Now, it's important that when you buy a product that you know that you're not going to see the end of us. We will stand behind our products, not literally, because while you're using prostate pack, you don't want anyone standing behind the product, but we will replace prostate pack for free within 1 year from the purchase date if it is found to be defective and used according to the instructions. After the warranty period, we'll still provide service and warranty, and repair, I should say. But there will be a material and shipping costs. We always keep these as low as possible because we are who we are. And because of hygiene concerns, we don't accept any refund or replacement of the device after use. I think that if you were to buy a device that was made to be placed in your nether regions, you wouldn't want it to have been placed next to someone else's nether regions before you buy it. You want to buy a new device, and I think that's understandable. Yeah, it's only through hygiene concerns that we have that in there. Okay, the warranty doesn't cover damage due to user negligence, misuse, breakdown or damage caused by disassembling, or caused by accident or natural disasters. And we have a promotional sale. It's a bit of a habit of ours. When we release a product, we sell it real cheap to try and get more people to use it, and we ask people to, for the feedback. It helps us for future sales, so more and more people can get on the path and return their health to normality. Now, this promotional sale between today and June the 20th, it's 1 month. The sale price is $351. The normal price is $439, so that's quite a good discount. For people who are our customers already, these are the people that have carried us from when we were small and support us over the years. People that have bought anything from us in the past, they get an extra discount. Their price is $316. It's a hefty discount. Now, there is a Q&A. How long should the treatments run for? Well, generally, it's 30 or 35 minutes in total in automatic mode or smart mode. And you can choose, if you like, individual times for red or blue. But try and keep the blue light duration down because it's very powerful. And what power level should you use? Well, most people would start from medium, and if they're comfortable after the first couple of treatments, then they'll go up to the high power level. They can say after 3 or 5 days. Just wait. If you're comfortable and medium is good, then you go to high power. The light is very powerful. It really is. Are there any side effects? Well, generally no. Some people may report dry eyes and rapid pulse or dizziness during treatment. Those kind of symptoms are relatively mild and not normally a cause for concern, but perhaps it would be prudent to reduce the power that's being applied for the next treatment. So you find the power level that's most comfortable for you. And always remember to drink plenty of water. A big issue is hydration. Speaking of which, I'll take a bit of a refill myself. Who can't use prostate pack? Well, people who are photosensitive, people who have got prostate cancer, or have a cerebral hemorrhage, these people cannot use prostate pack. Do you need to put it next to your skin? Well, if you put clothing between the light source and your body, the clothing would absorb most of the light. Very little light will be entering your body. So it really has to be next to your body. But do remember to put one wrap of plastic food cling wrap around the part you're strapping to your body. Okay, and here we have prostate pack. That's it there. As you can see, it's a large device. Just, let's see, it's on at the moment, so I just pushed the button once and you've got the blue light on. You can see how powerful it is. It really is super powerful. And this is the Canon, the extremely powerful light source. Now the unit here straps onto the front of your body. This unit also straps around the back. And this unit here, you target this in an acupoint, which is between your scrotum and anus, which is a very important acupoint for the treatment of prostate. We tried trials with that alone. The Canon is vital for success. All three units target acupoints for healing. Now I've paused it, I went to red light and then I turned it on again. And now I've got the powerful red light. Really powerful light. You can see here. And the unit's going to run for 35 minutes in total. So you can manually go to blue light, red light, or you can just turn it on and the default is smart or auto mode. Okay, so that's the unit. It's very easy to use. It's large, all the controls. The buttons are large. The display is very large. It's very, very easy to use. Let's go from the beginning. We'll turn the power off. Turn it on. With the unit on, it shows it's going to be both red and blue. If I push the on-off button once, it starts. So this is a one-button start device with the option of setting other modes if you want. This unit you will place next to you. It's best really to treat while you're lying down. You place this on a bedside cabinet. It's got fairly long wires, which are a little bit hard to show. Long wires that can reach where you're lying down on your bed. And this is the part that straps on the front, so it looks a bit like these Star Wars. I forget the name of the those soldiers. Star Troopers, I think it's Star Troopers, something like that. So you can imitate that. And it's got something like a seatbelt harness for strapping the back LED and return. It's fully adjustable. You'd adjust it to your size and then it just clicks in and off, just like a seatbelt. Once it's adjusted to your size, it's easy to do treatments subsequent treatment, because there's no more adjustments to make. Okay, so that's our little unit there. Okay, now we'll go back to our PowerPoint. Let's have a look. Talking about our cold laser series. There's two devices which are cold laser. We have the cold laser wrist, and we've got the cold laser wrist X. Yeah, the two units side by side. Okay, now these two units are like oversized smartwatches. They are designed to be worn, and what they do is they deliver the same type of healing light which we were discussing earlier with the prostate pack. Now this unit here is our, I've opened the wrong one first. Let's have a look. I'll put this to one side. And okay, now we'll talk briefly about the theory before we showcase the unit. What it's really good for is blood diseases, high blood pressure, high cholesterol. If you've got a high blood fat content, high blood sugar levels, hyperviscosity, hyperlipidemia, it balances your blood, so it becomes back to what it should be. Ischemic cardiovascular diseases and more. Now the units come also with a nose unit, so you can deal to your rhinitis, even chronic rhinitis, sinusitis, and more. Okay, the working theory. Now, intravenous, which means to the blood, laser blood irradiation was accomplished for the first time about 25 years ago, and laser light was directed into the blood flow. Early tests and subsequent tests all verified that cold laser irradiation of white blood cells caused various positive effects. In particular, the expression of immunoglobulins, interferons, and interleukins. Yeah. We've all got these words we can't say, and that. Yeah. Okay, now the red laser for the nasal cavity and the radio artery, ulnar artery, Niguan acupoint, Darling acupoint, all improve the hemodynamics, blood lipids, and blood sugar and metabolism through the photochemical effect. In English, this means that the blood is able to carry more oxygen. The cells are less deformed, and the blood fat, blood pressure, and the sugar levels are all balanced. They're optimized for health. It's ideal for treating cerebrovascular diseases and other blood diseases. Now, if at the same time you radiate your nasal cavity, the mucosa in your nose is repaired and the blood circulation is improved. If you can improve the blood flow around a damaged site in your body, that site will heal faster. And then they're talking again about acute and chronic rhinitis, sinusitis, and more. And there it is. That's the cold laser wrist X. X is the advanced unit. It has multiple types of light beams included in the one unit. It has red laser light, blue LEDs, green LEDs, and yellow LEDs, all simultaneously applying healing photons to your body. Each light has got a different function. The blue light is best for disinfection. The green LED stimulates the immune system and helps dissolve blood clots. And the yellow LEDs improve cellular metabolism, much as the red does. The different LEDs penetrate different layers of your skin as well. Okay, the unit comes with two connection sockets, which we call laser jacks. And you plug in the nasal unit or other device into those jacks. It's got an internal battery with a charge indication on the front and the time of duration. And the duration is shown on the display. Also the power level. Okay, now you can see the different acupoints here that the light stimulates. It's Niguan acupoint, the Darling acupoint, as well as the ulnar artery. And the radio artery as well, of course, at the top. The unit covers a lot of acupoints. It covers a lot of. You notice that the arrangement of the LEDs is such that it follows the flow of the blood through the two arteries, the radio and the ulnar. So the blood is subjected to the light, not just for a very brief period of time, but for a slightly longer period of time as the blood flows. Okay, specifications. The laser wavelength, the red, is 650 nanometers. It's got a total of 11 lasers in it. Each laser is 5 milliwatts. There are 3 power levels that you can select with the device. And the treatment time can be changed from anywhere between 10 to 60 minutes with 10-minute increments. And what do you get? The main unit, external laser, charger, nasal caps, and a user manual. Instructions. Instructions. Treatment advice. Once or twice a day for 30 minutes each time. Generally, you'd treat it for 10 to 15 days continuously, and then give yourself a bit of a break between the treatment runs. It's perfectly safe for long-term treatments with few, if any, adverse side effects. We always do recommend to drink a lot of water, eat plenty of organic vegetables, and avoid greasy food. Okay. You plug the A side of the external laser. Oh no, I've got this here to show you. It's called laser wrist. This one is getting the unit out so I can show you. I'll show you that in a little while. And the other side is a very complicated way of saying just plug in the nasal laser to the watch, into the watch. You strap the cold laser wrist to the inside of your left wrist. This ensures that the lasers are placed correctly, directly over your arteries and over the different acupoints. You fasten the wristband securely so the unit does not move around. You don't want the movement to dislodge the placement of the light. And you put the cover of the nasal unit over the unit, and you put that into your nose. You long press the on-off button to turn the unit on, which is what I've done now. There will be a beep, which you've just heard, and the LED will light up. The default treatment time, in this case, I'm using the wrong unit. The default treatment time is 20 minutes. That's funny. Oh, sorry. Page to turn it on. That was the beep. This is the unit that I'm showcasing now. And the default time is 30 minutes at high power. You press the time button if you want to change the treatment duration. The default is 30. You can go to 40, 50, or 60, or then back to 10 and 20. During treatments, the time cannot be changed. Then you short press the switch button to change between the 3 different treatment modes. You've got external laser, internal laser, and combination mode. If you choose the external laser mode, dotted lines will be displayed, and you can run this unit with the nasal option, which is this unit here. It's got a comfortable clip that holds the unit in your nose once it's inserted. Again, please remember to put a cap over the unit before you put it in your nose. Keep it nice and hygienic. And this is the unit that plugs into the watch. If you leave it turned on but not running for a while, it will automatically turn off to save power. And there'll be a beep, which you just heard now. So I'll turn it back on again. There's the beep. Okay, and then power on, off. If you want to do lazy mode, which is what I like to do, after it's turned on, using the on-off button, you just press the on-off button again, and it will automatically run for 30 minutes using the laser. Long press again to stop. When you plug in the laser, the external laser, make sure the unit's off first. Auto mode will not light the nasal laser. You've got to manually choose that one. Okay. But these instructions are part of the package, so you won't go into this in too much detail. And basically teaching you how to turn it on and off by turning the on-off button, strangely enough. Okay, and what do you get? Well, this is the unit, what it looks like. This is cold laser wrist. Here, with the 4 buttons on the side, it's a bit hard to see, but those are the 4 buttons. And you turn it on by pressing the on button. You hear a similar beep. Now this unit has a very serious number of rows at the back. Wrist X contains both lasers and LEDs, so it's packing a whole lot of healing into one small package. It too has an external laser, external port for plugging in the external laser. I must try and find it. That one, no. Let's have a look. The port is the same port as the charging port on wrist X. So turn it off, push it on off a little bit longer, and hear the beep. Plug in the laser, turn it back on again. And at the moment it's on flash mode. Some treatments are best performed using flashing laser. Others are best using continuous laser light. This laser unit on wrist X is a twin unit. It treats both of your nasal cavities at the same time. Okay, the wrist X specifications, well, it's got 9 lasers on the main unit and 2 in the nasal unit. It's also got 3 yellow LEDs, 3 green, LEDs, and 3 blue LEDs. Each of those LEDs performing a specific function. Okay, and that's the battery capacity, 1,900 milliamp hours. What do you get? You get the main unit, external laser. You get an air laser as well, which isn't actually in this parcel. Isn't that unusual? Okay, well, you get an air laser, charger, nasal caps, and a user manual. Instructions. Okay, well, generally we treat between 10 and 15 days and to give yourself a break after treatments. You can treat yourself in the morning, which is a good time, or perfect time is in the evening, because during the night time your body recovers and self-heals better. Your body's not directing energy to your muscles for moving around, but can direct a lot of the energy into recovery. And again, drink plenty of water, organic vegetables, and try and avoid greasy food. Okay, nasal mode, you basically just plug the unit into the watch and then you set up the watch to apply laser in nasal mode. For wrist mode treatment, which I guess is the simplest way, you just strap the unit onto the underside of your wrist, close to where your hand is. And so don't place it down here, place it up, right where your hand is. There will be a line, a crease line. Place the laser unit right up against the crease line. Then you can be assured that the lasers will be directly above the correct acupoints and across the arteries. And remember to fasten the wristband securely. And we talk about how to turn it on and set the mode, but this is all given in the manual, so you won't be putting too much time and effort into that. And you just set the mode and turn it on. What's handy is that the settings that you choose are retained when you power down. So the next time you start the unit, you don't have to go through the whole rigmarole of setting up the mode and power level and treatment time. Okay, this explains how to set the treatment time and the power level and how to turn it off afterwards. You'll hear the friendly beep when the unit has turned off. Now, after the treatment, the unit will automatically turn off after 1 minute. Okay, now don't shine the lasers directly into your eyes. Keep the unit out of reach of children because it's another really cool Star Wars toy. So don't let children play with this. If you are sensitive to laser or light treatments, use low power levels for a short period of time. You can increase the power level gradually. Eventually, ideally, it would be good to try and aim for 1 to 2 times each day and 30 minutes for each treatment. Blow your nose before using the nasal units and keep the lasers clean. You clean using just a damp cloth. If you have a cardiovascular disease, please seek the advice of a registered medical professional. Don't use if you are pregnant, have cancer, hemorrhagic diseases, or a pacemaker. And do not run the unit while you're charging. While you're charging the unit, that is to say. Okay, maintenance, very much the same thing as before with the prostate pack. And try and use, or definitely use, a different nose cap for different people. Your own nose cap you can reuse or clean. Okay, so I've already said don't charge while you're running the unit. Don't shine laser directly into your eyes. Keep it out of the way of children. And only use accessories supplied by the. Okay, well, we're not perfect in our SAMA presentations, but what I'm really trying to say is that only use the accessories which are supplied by us for the unit. The unit will be replaced within 1 year of the purchase date for free if it's found to be defective and used in accordance with the directions. Service and repair are provided after the warranty period, but the material and shipping costs will be charged as appropriate. And we always keep these costs as low as possible. It's not a good business model for people to charge a lot for repairs. Some suppliers do this, we don't. We believe that people deserve to be treated honestly. The warranty does not cover damage if you decide to use it as a baseball, if it's misused in any way, dropped, immersed in water or anything like that. Treat it carefully. If you try to disassemble it, or if it's breakdown or damage caused by accident, damage caused by natural disasters. If you damage it by mistake, we will always do our best to solve the problem. And so please contact us if you do something silly. Gosh, that's right. I wasn't supposed to go swimming while I was wearing it. Contact us, and we will always try our best to solve the problem as cheaply as possible. And we have a promotional sale. Oh gosh, we're giving it away almost for the month between today and June the 20th. Now, the cold laser wrist, the normal price is $219. The sale price is $175. For the advanced unit, the unit with the lasers and the LEDs, cold laser wrist X, normal price is $349. The sale price is $279. So that's the unit with all the bells and whistles. Now, again, to look after customers that have looked after us, we've got an additional discount. Cold laser wrist is $158. Oh, that's really cheap. And cold laser wrist X is $251. Always we look after our existing customers because you look after us. Okay, we've got a few Q&A things to go through. What's the difference between cold laser wrist and cold laser wrist X? Well, X really denotes it's a higher grade with greater functions. We've got generator X, same thing. Our generator X is a leading edge generator that can do things that no other generator in the world, frequency generator that is, in the world can do. Now, cold laser wrist X, because it's got the lasers, the 3 colors of LEDs, it's got the 2 laser accessories, it's got all, it's at a greater level to cold laser wrist. And so it has got more functions. It has also got more lasers as well built into it. Now, one thing that a lot of people suffer from is tinnitus, and the cold laser wrist X has got a ear laser, which is ideal for treating tinnitus. Now, all the units have got 3 power levels, low, medium or high, and we suggest we start on the medium or the low and then advance after a little while. Now, as I briefly mentioned earlier, you get the best results if you use cold laser wrist or the wrist X before bedtime. It's when you sleep, your body does all the housekeeping. Not your housekeeping, but your body's housekeeping. It would be nice to do the housekeeping, but no, unfortunately, you've got to do that in the mornings. But please remember to always clear your nasal cavity before you use the nasal probe. Can children use cold laser series products? Now, the general thing that we state is that we don't recommend children under the age of 12 to use cold laser series products. Really, that's more to do with the fact that children tend to find it harder to keep still. There have been multiple studies on the use of cold lasers and LED light therapy treatments for young children and even babies. But we always are very cautious with our products. So our official line is do not use for children under the age of 12. Also don't use if you are pregnant, if you have cancer, or have a bleeding disorder. Okay. What kind of food should I have? We recommend light meals and avoid greasy food. If you have large meals, then your body is spending energy in digesting the meal. Fasting is a way of healing. Fasting is free. This is just a bit of a sidetrack, by the way. It's got nothing to do with the subject we're talking today, but I'll explain why I'm saying about fasting just very shortly. Fasting allows your body to direct all of its energies into regeneration and removing of toxins. When you eat food, your body immediately has to do something with that lump of food that you've introduced into your body, and so the energy goes into your gut and your intestines. If you have light meals, then again, less energy is directed to digestion. So in a way, it's the same thing, where your body's energies are used to help remove any toxins that may be created through the treatment of the cold laser treatments. And the greasy food, now this is just a general thing. Greasy food overall isn't healthy. Most foods prepared today use unhealthy oils. The only way you can really guarantee that you're introducing healthy oils into your body is to do the cooking yourself. Do the research, find out which oils are good, which ones to avoid, the trans fats and others, and cook using those oils. Still keep the oil content low, but sometimes it's unavoidable. If you buy any food that's greasy, you're almost guaranteed it's going to be something like canola oil, sunflower oil, or something equally poisonous that's been over-processed, made to be sold in a clear container with a beautiful yellow color. Yeah, what looks good isn't necessarily good for your body. In fact, the best oils are generally the brown ones, the ones that have been cold pressed. But that's for another summer. Okay, well, thank you for watching this summer. It's been wonderful having you with me. Now, there have been a few questions come through, so I'll just fire through them now. There's a question, Daphne. You're naughty. You're talking about a different product. Is there something you think is better than remote? I can't answer you because we try not to compare our product with other brand names. Okay, we try and avoid that sort of discussion. We find that other suppliers aren't so reserved in their marketing attacks, if you like, and they will say their products are better than ours, and of course they'll say that. And you could even think that if I say that our products are better than others, of course we'll say that. We don't. What we say is that we do the best that we can to provide the best products at the best price. We do not compare. We try not to compare with other products, and certainly try and avoid other brand names. And that brand name you mentioned in the chat, I can't repeat. I think that brand name was a misspelling. I think you meant Hiwi, which is a product that we've just released during a previous summer. And you're asking whether that product is better than remote. It can be. It's got a different function. Remote is a very gentle way of healing. Contact mode could possibly be faster if the voltage is higher. Don't forget that we can go up to 60 volts in contact mode with our Hiwi, which is quite remarkable for such a small device. And it can apply those frequencies very, very high. So with a combination of those two facts, I'd say in that case, yes. If you have a condition that's serious and chronic, then you really want to hit your body with the big guns. We've already got the plasma. So with Hiwi, that would be a great combination to apply for serious health issues. Where does the small disc go? It wasn't clear. A question from Susan. Now, Susan, I sort of glossed over the placement of the laser, of the LED, units, because it's a little bit embarrassing. But I did state this. Basically, you shred your clothing, which is what's good to be done in your bedroom in private. You strap this over the lower part of your body. This goes directly behind where this unit is, on the small of your back. Your question was asking about the cannon, the LED cannon. This is placed facing upwards or facing directly to your body between your anus and your scrotum. There's a patch of skin, which I'm not going to show you, but you place this, you put one layer of plastic and you place that directly in that part of your body. This is the most important laser device for your prostate treatment. It's something which is, it's embarrassing to talk about, but half of men by the age of 60 have got a real prostate problem. And if you're lucky and reach 70 or 80, basically every man does. And so, yes, this is the way to resolve the issue. You saw the study results. Not, out of one study, 2 people had no effects, but most of them did. This is the sort of thing you'd rather do at home than go to a clinic and get someone to do it for you. It's embarrassing. It's working around areas that you don't normally show other people, or hopefully not too many people. So we've decided to bring the results of our studies and the studies that I showed before, make it available for home use. The unit's a large unit. It's very different to the other devices that we've sold for home use, apart perhaps from our plasma. It is large, but it has to be large because the lasers are more powerful than what a smaller unit can deliver. Yeah. Okay, just going through. So that's that question. Cold laser wrist and cold laser wrist X. A question from Sun Neo. Are they same function as blood purifier mode of Mycogen? Yes, in a way they are. Now, Mycogen, portable device, put the TENS pads where you want to get the treatment. Blood purifier kills pathogens in your blood. It also helps with your blood viscosity. So in a way it is. But the cold laser applies the healing energy through photons. So it's a different way of achieving similar results. Good question. Okay, a question from Heidi Gilman. Heidi is asking, how is this different from the twin and laser? Oh, okay. Different LED lights. Heidi is asking, how is it different from the Spooky 2 laser products that we have at the moment? Spooky 2 already has cold laser wrist and nasal units. Well, the difference is this, Heidi, portability. That's probably the biggest difference. With Spooky, you've got to connect everything to a generator, sit down, and then perform your 30-minute treatment or whatever time you wish to do the treatments. This unit, you strap it on and then turn it on and then do your normal daily routine. You can, it doesn't look ugly. As we speak, I'm strapping the unit on, just using one hand. There we go. Now I've strapped it on and I've turned it on. 2 button presses, and now I can watch TV. Not that I do, I never watch TV, but I can do other things. And look, I can do my typing, I can do anything. The unit's, it's like an oversized watch, but it's as convenient as a watch as well. I would not be shy to wear this on a bus or during work. My work colleagues here, it doesn't look bad. They'll ask me what it is, and I'll tell them and hopefully convert someone else. But as we speak now, my blood is becoming a little bit less clumped together. Pathogens which may be circulating in my blood are getting hammered by the photons. After 30 minutes, I'll be just that little bit more healthy. So really the difference between the 2 units is the portability. That's the biggest one. The other difference is the strength. There's more lasers, and of course it's got the color LEDs as well. So there's other differences as well. Okay, now saying cold laser risk prevents blood clots. Does it reduce the risk of stroke? Studies have said yes. I'm not allowed to say yes. I'm not a trained medical professional. I follow the paper, I follow the facts, I follow the science, and I bring the solutions to other people, like this device here. Other studies have found that there is a reduction in the rate of strokes in macro studies because LED technology and laser technology has been around for a long time, in particular LED technology. And so there's been plenty of time, even before the mainstream medical establishment have turned against this kind of treatment. Even before then, these large studies were performed, and the results combined proved that overall light therapy, albeit LED or laser, was very conducive to good health and also reduce incidence of major health events like strokes. Thank you, Catherine. Thank you, Carrie. Janet is asking, what is the difference between the laser pad that just came out and these products? Actually, not a lot, Janet. Janet, our light pad is an amazing unit. It's really powerful, really powerful. And it can be used over your wrist. If you own a light pad, you don't really need to buy one of these. Yeah, that's the bad salesman side of me coming out. But where these do excel in, which the light pad can't do, is pinpointing where your acupoints are, see? And that's part of the healing process. So the light pad is amazing for blood purification, turning back time a little bit. But if you want to target your acupoints better, this is where the wrist units come in. Do the lasers pulse? You have an option, Roberta, whether the lasers pulse or not. Oh, oh, okay. Daphne, yeah, no problem, Daphne. No, yeah, Hiwi, Mycogen. It sounds like that other name, I know. It's just an unfortunate mistake. There's no problems at all. Okay, Cheryl. Prostate pack different. Oh, okay. Cheryl's asking a good question. Cheryl is asking, how is the prostate pack different or more effective than the prostatis program in Spooky 2? The prostatis program in Spooky 2 is good. And has been used and reported to be quite effective by quite a few people. But it doesn't use light therapy. It's a different way of achieving the same result. I guess that if you're one of the 2 people in the trial that didn't have any positive effect after the trial, they would revert to something like a contact mode treatment for their prostate. But as I said before, they may well have other health issues which prevented their body from resolving the prostate issue, and those all need to be addressed as well. The prostate pack is a specialist device. It won't treat other health issues such as almost all other conditions. It won't treat. It's really only for your prostate. So I guess because it's specialist and specializing only in that one thing, with each laser strength and location found to be optimal through the trials, I think that if you have got a prostate issue, you would have a better result, a better chance of resolution using the prostate pack than a device that does prostate cancer, acne, headaches, tinnitus, all the other things. Not to say that Spooky 2 won't, but if you buy a product which is specialized just in one thing, then it will do that one thing but do it very well. In fact, we were quite hesitant before we embarked upon the journey of developing the prostate pack. We had several mindset obstacles. It wasn't an all-in-one. Even this laser, the Wrist X, is kind of like an all-in-one because it resolves blood issues, not one specific blood issue. And because it's got the different acupoints, it can treat multiple conditions in your body. But prostate pack is specialist. It only treats one thing. It's one issue we're a little bit concerned about. Another thing is it's large. We couldn't make it small without making compromise, and we don't like making compromises if it makes the treatment less effective. So it's large, only treats one thing. We're thinking, gosh, is it a product worth continuing to develop? But when you look at the amount of men who silently suffer as as they get older. And it's not necessarily only old men, it's also men that are under 50. But it's a pretty scary statistic where when you hit 60, it's something like 85% or around there for the people who suffer from a swollen prostate gland. And it's not just problems with urinating, it's also your sex life as well. It's a whole plethora of issues which reduce quality of life. So with all these things considered, we decided, yeah, we'll make it into a product and we'll continue. Even though it's only going to be for men, it's only going to be for men's prostate, because it's a condition that hits everybody as they get older. It's been said that if everyone will get a swollen prostate if you live long enough. And I don't know about you, but I plan to live an awful long time. So these kind of devices will come in mighty handy. So we decided, yeah, we'll do it. Dr. Valerie Olmsted, you say you think our prices are very reasonable. I like to think so. And the products are dependable. Most places want to charge $5,000 for this kind of stuff, and it doesn't work as advertised. So thank you. Well, thanks for that, Valerie. This is our focus, to actually find solutions that are affordable and are usable. And Cheryl, you say that your husband has had excellent results from the prostatitis program in Spooky 2. Well, in that case, I'd suggest you don't buy a prostate pack. Continue with something that works, okay? This is me having said that the prostate pack is better for that specific function. If what you have done is working, continue doing it. Don't change. Can you explain a little bit more of how the Laser X treats tinnitus? Sure. Well, there are different causes of tinnitus. One very common cause of tinnitus is a viral infection. When the virus is gone, the battlefield is still there. And within your ear, you've got very sensitive nerves, and the viruses can damage those nerves permanently. I don't like the word permanently if it's used in that kind of sentence. Now, what the cold laser does is allow your body to regenerate those damaged nerves, those nerve endings. And once those nerves are recovered, then the tinnitus can be reduced or eliminated. Other causes can be through physical damage, which is going to those heavy rock concerts. That can cause tinnitus as well. Again, the cold laser, if it shines deeply into your ear canal, can reach the eardrum and the nerves, the skin around the eardrum, and apply the healing photons to your tissues. It's not magic. Some tinnitus, if you've had tinnitus for a number of years, it's probably not likely that it will help, because your body's healing focus is no longer on those nerves. And so if you do experience any improvement, it may be little. But if you've recently developed tinnitus, this is when you'll find the most pronounced change in those symptoms. Will the prostate pack do anything to help females? Probably not, Susan. It's really a specialist item for men. To be fair, we've got two devices, well, one device in particular, which is really specialist to women in the reproductive area. But no, for women, there's women don't have a prostate where men have a prostate, and there's also the anatomy positioning changes as well. differences, I should say. So no, it's not really a female thing. Can I review the special or regular prices for these devices again? Okay, yes, I will. I'll do this after the presentation because it's being recorded. So I'll do this after the presentation and then I'll go back. And Eileen, you're saying you're not taking up time and other potential treatments on other... Yeah, that's right. If you're using these devices, you're not tying up a generator. So that generator can also apply other healing frequencies whilst you're using this or your prostate pack or other devices. This is another advantage of having a self-contained unit. Can the blood purifier be used if a person takes medications? Yes, it can be. The blood purifier will not remove the medications. What it will help is your body's natural toxin elimination process. So if the medications are a poison, which most medications are, then yes, it will help to remove the medication, but it doesn't do this instantly. So the medications will circulate through your body for a while before they are removed. Okay, well that's all the chats, questions and answers. Now, I'll stop the sermon now, and then I'll go back to the pricing as promised. But thank you so much for tuning in and watching this presentation. It was a bit of a long one. The presentation PowerPoint had a lot of pages, but we glossed over a lot of them quickly and focused on the important points. I think the important points are this. For the cold laser wrist and the wrist X, you get a portable device with the lasers and batteries and everything all just contained in the unit. You may have seen similar units sold elsewhere. We've developed our units to be different, both in the strength of the lasers, the number of lasers, the types of lasers even, but you don't see this because all we can see is the red light. But we focus on things like this, even the quality of the battery that we use. The placement of the lasers, and for the wrist X, of course, the color of the LEDs and where they're placed. The flow of the blood. We've been very careful to optimize the colors of the lasers so it's a progression from one color to the other. We don't use different color lasers just for aesthetics so it looks beautiful and impressive. It's a healing device, and so it's been optimized to heal. Now, I've been talking to you now. I'd forgotten I was wearing it. Okay, so that's that unit there. I'll turn it off before unstrapping it. You wouldn't want to wear the prostate pack in public. So that's not a portable convenience device. It's really a device where you've got to be sitting or ideally lying down. But really, if you're suffering from a swollen prostate and nothing else has worked, I'd say this device would be ideal for you. We've got these, 3 products out today. Normally when you have a product release, it's only one, so it's a bit of a bonus. But they're all kind of similar. They all use healing light to heal. So we just decided to put it all together and have one larger presentation. So thanks for tuning in. Please continue to pass the love forwards. The world is a dangerous place. There's a lot of pathogens circulating around. We've got the terrible coronavirus, which is just seems to be snowballing in its death rate. There's now vaccinations, mass vaccinations in countries. People are sometimes asking me, what are my views on vaccinations? I am not anti-vaccination. I don't subscribe personally to many of the purported facts which are circulating around. I'm not saying they are wrong, but if I do ever have a vaccination, I'd sure as anything be running detox programs, as well as taking chelation agents like EDTH, or activated carbon tablets and things like this. I'll make sure that the poisons, which are also in the vaccines, are removed as quickly as possible. So that's my little viewpoint I've thrown in today. Thanks again for watching. If you do pass the love forwards, it will bounce back. You'll find your life becomes so much better if you help 10 people recover from illnesses, or help them in any way. You'll get that back tenfold. You'll get 100 blessings back. It does. Life works that way. It really does work that way. So thank you for watching. That's the presentation for today. I look forward to our next SAMA. I've got no idea at this stage what it's going to be, but I'm sure it's going to be something exciting. Of course, we've got other projects still in the pipeline. We always got a lot of things on the boil. There's been one project in particular which is so different from everything that we have ever done or other people have done. It's kind of hard to explain, but we'll leave that for another day. It's still in development, so there's a lot of work still ahead of us to go. Take care, everybody. Look after yourself, your family, your loved ones, and look after those who you don't love. Yeah, even they need help. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.